that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. This one complete to Christian Kirk. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Second and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And it's knocked away and incomplete. These two teams have met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. On 2nd and 10, Jackson. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Matt Ioannidis able to record his 5th sack of the season. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Jackson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Check down to Breida. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is Jakeem Grant. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Jackson now. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Tannehill. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Tannehill on 1st down. They'll find DeGuara complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm fill there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. To throw is Tannehill. They'll find his tight end here, DeGuara.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Again, Tannehill. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara. And he's got some space here. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting. You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone, but sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Josiah DeGuara, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes this a 9-point game. And McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jackson to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, a dump off to Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff left, Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Here's Jackson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. They go play action with Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
And you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And this one is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it, or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On first down, Tannehill. That'll be complete to Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the counter, this is Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Play action, it's Tannehill. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Breida is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Tannehill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Josiah DeGuara with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Tannehill going to throw for it. That's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Jackson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. And McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Tannehill going to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So out comes the field goal team once more. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
McGinnis just hit the field goal, and now the kickoff. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Play action. Now Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. One last shot for Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Going for it all. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And the kick is good, but obviously it won't matter as they're going to go down in defeat here. This one's over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game,